Right, joining us on the program right now is the wife of the Cross River State Governor, Dr. Linda Ayade. Well, Dr. Ayade is the founder of the Cross River Women Emancipation Initiative that supports mostly rural women. She joins us live. You're welcome to the program, Dr. Ayade.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Good afternoon.
All right, arguably there's been a proliferation of initiatives and programs by government and individuals targeting women. Tell me, how far-reaching are these initiatives on rural women at this moment in time?
Okay, thank you. Yes, like you have mentioned, that I founded the Cross River State Women Emancipation Initiative. That was based on these issues that you have just mentioned now, knowing that the rural women are always at the end of the rope. They're always at the fringes of society. They are the ones who are always left out. Sometimes they don't even know what is happening in the center. They are just cut out from some of the communities. You find that they are completely cut out from the mainstream society. And so that's why we came up with a Cross River State Women Emancipation Initiative, targeting basically the rural women, so that whatever is trickling down to us here in the state capital, we find a way to reach them at the rural communities, basically to see how we uplift them economically and politically and socially also. So they have a lot of challenges that we are trying to see how we can help to fix to an extent.
All right, we talk about challenges. Education is definitely key, but what form of education can accelerate the welfare of these rural women, to give them an advantage in society?
Yes, education is key, like you said. Basically, over here in Cross River State, our women, they may not have gone very far in education, but they are literate. Many of them know what is obtainable out there on the streets. But if you go to the rural areas, you find out that most of the women are farmers and petty traders. Some of them farmers are trying to trade their wares as well, their farm products. So that constitutes a major part of what they do on a daily basis. And so what we try to do is to support them in what they already are doing, educate them on how they can make better their produce and put it out in the market. Little trainings here and there. We have a lot of small grants that cascade down from like the Central Bank of Nigeria, sometimes from the Federal Ministry of Agri from Abuja. And we found out that most times the rural women who need this support the most, they don't even know that those supports exist. And so we use this channel to be able to reach out to them. If we find out that there's something that can be beneficial to them, we bring it to them. And like I said, most of them, they may not have gone far in education, but you find out that at least they had completed or dropped out from primary school. They can read, they're literate, they can read. And these days of cell phones, they have their little cell phones there in the villages and all of that. So we basically try to educate them on how to enhance on what they already are doing, just to help to prop them up economically.
All right, Dr. Ayade, tell me, how can we ensure their right to influence social change for themselves and their children is guaranteed? Of course, we know that education, like you rightly said, is key. So how can we achieve that?
Please, can you repeat that question? I didn't get the first part of it.
Okay, I was trying to find out, how do we ensure that the right to to influence the social change for themselves, for them and their children is guaranteed?
Oh, okay, yes. Yes, that's a very important question. Thank you for that. Very important in the sense that, everybody needs that social protection. No matter what level you are, you need social protection. And fortunately for us, we have the social protection law already put in place here in Cross River State. And like I said before, if you know the topography of Cross River State, it's a very longitudinal state, and sometimes access to some of the rural areas is a bit difficult. And so the reason why I have tried very hard to see that we have some of these structures right at the ward levels. You see the political structure of the state, we have the wards. So we try to set up structures at the ward level so that they can easily communicate to the leaders of CROWE. The acronym for that, our emancipation initiative, is CROWE. We simply call it CROWE. So we have this CROWE structures at the ward level so that the women can easily reach their officials there. And also, like we are talking about social protection, we let them know that if whatever social issues they have, that, for instance, like we try very hard to fight against GBV, so they can at least report to these ones. These ones will cascade it up to Calabar, and then they can get some help. So social protection for themselves, social protection for their children also. Children, basically in the rural areas, find out that the children are under the, how do I put it? It is the mothers that are solely responsible for their welfare. Yes, solely responsible for their welfare. And so what we find here, the vices that we find down there prevailing at this time, you see children go into some cult groups, bringing harm to themselves, drug addictions, some little vices like that. So in order to protect them socially, in order to see how we can help curb some of these vices, we try to get all these materials, get all this support for their mothers, and telling them that, look, if you have a troublesome child, you have a situation where you need help, just report to the CROWE structure, and the CROWE structure will cascade it to the right places for discipline and for help if they need so. That is basically what we try to do to help them, you know, to ensure that they have social protection, I say.
All right, Dr. Linda Ayade, wife of the Cross River State Governor, founder of the Cross River Women Emancipation Initiative that support mostly rural women. We thank you for your thoughts on news across Nigeria.
Thank you, and God bless you.